For most of modern history, carnivorous dinosaurs were taught as lone hunters, always chasing that next meal. They were drawn as motion without pause, hunger without interruption, and teeth without consequences. The image was simple: a predator that kills, eats, moves on, no waiting, no staying, no returning. That simplicity was comforting. It separated monsters from meaning. But paleontology has matured, and with it, the questions have changed. We no longer ask only how big or how deadly, we ask how animals survived across generations. Because no predator, no matter how powerful, succeeds alone. What if the greatest carnivores in Earth's history didn't abandon their young? What if they lingered? What if they guarded, hovered, or stayed close enough to matter? This is not a story about proving tenderness. It's a story about survival strategies written in bone, and the uncomfortable possibility that the monsters we imagined were never quite that simple. Before asking whether giant predators raise their young, the concept itself must be stripped of emotion. Parental care in biology is not affection, it's an investment. Any behavior that improves the offspring's survival, no matter how minimal, qualifies. Guarding a nest, choosing a safe location, remaining nearby during the vulnerable stages. Crocodilians do this today. They guard their nest aggressively, they escort hatchlings, they remain near juveniles long enough to shift survival odds. Birds go further. In many species, males brood eggs, defend territory, and provision offsprings. Dinosaurs sit between these two worlds, evolutionarily and behaviorally. The question is not whether large theropods felt anything towards their young. Fossils cannot answer that. The question is whether abandoning offspring entirely makes evolutionary sense. For animals that took decades to reach maturity, producing young only to leave them unprotected would be a catastrophic strategy. If carnivorous dinosaurs survived as long and as successfully as the fossil record shows, something must have reduced early mortality. That something may not have looked dramatic. It may have looked like staying. The popular image of the Tyrannosaurus rex is one of constant motion, a solitary hunter crossing vast territories. The biology suggests restraint. Bone histology reveals that Tyrannosaurs grew slowly at first, then entered an explosive adolescent phase. A juvenile could gain thousands of kilograms in a short window, a transformation that required time, stability, and survival through multiple vulnerable stages. Young Tyrannosaurus were not apex predators. They were fast, lightly built, and extremely exposed. Large enough to attract danger, small enough to lose to it, including to adults of their own species. Some researchers have proposed site fidelity, adults returning repeatedly to the same region and not roaming endlessly. Trackways hint at group movement in some theropods. Bone beds preserve individuals of different ages together. None of this proves parental care, but it disrupts the idea of isolation. If adults remain near productive hunting grounds or nesting areas, juveniles would benefit without direct feeding or teaching. Protection could be passive. Presence alone could be enough. In evolutionary terms, the most dangerous predator in an ecosystem is also the safest one to be near. Power that vanishes every generation is not power at all. Spinosaurus forces a different conversation. Its anatomy, elongated skull, dense bones, powerful tail points towards a semi-aquatic life. Rivers, deltas, coastal areas shaped how it would hunt. Those environments also shaped how animals raise young. Water is dangerous. Currents scatter hatchlings, predators approach from every direction. Modern crocodilians thrive in similar conditions, and they do so by staying close. Nests are guarded, hatchlings are escorted to the water, juveniles linger near adults longer than expected. Spinosaurus did not need to invent a new behavior, it needed only to stay nearby. In wetland ecosystems, parental care does not require teaching or feeding. It requires presence, remaining close enough that danger thinks twice. A large Spinosaurus lingering near its nesting areas would dramatically reduce juvenile mortality with minimal energy costs. No gentleness required, only strategy. Just gonna jump in here real quick, folks. If you are enjoying this episode, please check out our new book, Beginner's Guide to Fossils. You'll find all the same topics that you have here, plus many, many more. Come check it out on Amazon, link in the description. So, why is the evidence so thin? If parental care in carnivorous dinosaurs is plausible, why is it so hard to prove? It's because behavior almost never fossilizes. Carnivore nests would have been rare, dispersed, and aggressively defended. Juvenile bones are fragile and easily destroyed. Predators exist at low population densities to begin with, and then add historical bias. For decades, paleontologists assumed predators were solitary and cold. Evidence was not sought, and what evidence was found was often interpreted through that lens. Now the tools have changed. growth modeling, bone microstructures, trackway analysis, ecosystem reconstruction, these approaches do not reveal moments, but they reveal patterns, and patterns increasingly suggest the total abandonment is unlikely. The absence of proof is no longer the proof of absence. Dinosaurs do not become less frightening when they become more complex. A Tyrannosaurus guarding territory is still a Tyrannosaurus, and a Spinosaurus lingering near its young is still lethal. Parental care does not soften predators, it explains them. The fossil record may never give us certainty. No nest with an adult-preserved Midgard will ever appear. Deep time rarely grants such clarity. But evolution leaves signatures. Animals that dominate ecosystems for millions of years do not succeed by chance. They succeed by ensuring the next generation survives long enough to replace them. It would be strategy, and perhaps the most unsettling idea of all of this, the monsters we feared may not have been reckless destroyers. They may have been careful parents. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the episode. Let us know whether you think Spinosaurids and T-Rexes could be good parents, or whether you think that they just dropped and ran the moment the eggs hatched. We look forward to hearing your feedback, and if you like content like this, make sure to smash that like, subscribe button so that way you don't miss a single episode. Are you still here? You must really like dinosaurs, and if you do and you want to support this channel, come check out our books on Amazon. We've got our Beginner's Guide to Fossils and all kinds of cool coloring and activity books that feature the dinosaurs you love. See you soon.